Welcome back to the Midnight Who Show, and today we're going to be taking a look at the brand new wave of Ghostbusters Afterlife figures from Hasbro. Now, here's a little shot of all of them in their packaging. We got 3 of the new Ghostbusters and 3 of the classic Ghostbusters. And the packaging design is very similar to the very first wave of figures that they released. And let's move to the back of the packaging now, where it's very similar to, you see the Build-A-Ghost, the Sentinel Terror Dog, which we'll talk about in a little bit, and little biographies about each of the Ghostbusters. So this wave does consist of 6 figures, like I mentioned. And there's the podcast, Winston. But yeah, I'm really excited for the last figure to come in this, which is, Phoebe, who they did not include in this first wave, but she will be coming in the near future. And I'm really excited. Let's get these out of the packaging. And I have now taken them all out of the packaging, so you don't have to see that. I think the first thing I'm going to do, though, with all these figures, is I'm thinking I'm going to build that Sentinel Terror Dog. That thing looks awesome, and I'm really excited to see what it looks like in person. But as you can see, these figures have a lot of accessories. They really packed this wave with a lot of great accessories, which we'll talk about very soon. But yeah, let's build this Terror Dog, shall we? Head goes in. Gotta look at the packaging to see how this goes. And there we go. Let's get the other leg. And there is the completed Sentinel Terror Dog. Seriously, this thing is awesome looking. I love the fade effect that they did between the body and the legs. Seriously, this thing is cool. And here's the comparison with some of the original Ghostbuster and the new Ghostbuster. So you can definitely tell this is definitely a big figure. And Hasbro did a great job on the head sculpt on this figure. Seriously, look at that. That thing is so cool. I really like this updated look for the Terror Dog. I think it's really cool. Definitely did a great job with it. This figure has some really good articulation. Very simple. I had a little problem getting this thing to stand, but I think if you have to move the legs a little bit in the arms, and it'll stand perfectly. Okay, let's start taking a look at the original Ghostbusters. So first up, we'll take a look at Zedmore here. Seriously, Hasbro did a great job with the head sculpt. And there's the body of the figure and the proton pack, which is the same on all of the figures that have one. And they did a really good job with the straps. And there's the No Ghost logo. Seriously, an awesome figure that comes with a pretty cool accessory, I won't lie. And that's the classified section. And as you can see, there's a little advertisement for a certain job that he might be taking. Really cool. Next up is Stan's, which is highly detailed in the head sculpt. Definitely does capture Dan Aykroyd. There's the proton pack again. Very similar body to all of them, as you can see. And he comes with the Tobin Spirit Guide, which is a very detailed book. I think Hasbro did a great job with it. And it's really cool looking. I definitely like it. And here is Venkman, which I think is a pretty decent head sculpt again. Hasbro does a pretty good job with them. And I did like how, as you can see, they capture that he always wears his outfit like that with the pants coming out instead of put in the boots. Love that detail. And here's a closer look at Venkman's accessories, his selection of cards. Really cool addition to this figure. Each of the original Ghostbusters come with a proton stream, which is very nicely sculpted with the blue and orange. And this attaches to the proton wand on the proton pack, as I struggle to put it on here with trying to look through a viewfinder. Not very easily, but there you go. As I put it right in there, and then you can put it into the Ghostbusters' hands, and it looks pretty cool. I'm really glad that they include that as an accessory. It's so nice touch to the figure. There we go. There's Venkman with that. So let's move on to the new Ghostbusters. Of course, mine is Phoebe, who's not out yet. And we'll start with Podcast. I really like that he has this homemade name tag. And you can see there is his whistle. Now, I don't know where the controller that he comes with. I'll have to look for that. But pretty cool. But you notice he doesn't have a proton pack because he comes with this, which is a bunch of marshmallow and mini puffs that you can put in the back and put it over him. And there goes the whistle. I hope I can find that. Okay, here is what Podcast looks like, sort of with it. Kind of put it right there. And he's now marshmallowed. And he comes with a pair of Ecto goggles, which is nicely sculpted. And speaking of little marshmallows and mini puffs, here's a little strand of them. Another little marshmallow right there. course, nice detail in all this. And a very tiny mini puff that is definitely going to get lost. I gotta keep this in a safe spot, that's for sure. Let's move over to Trevor. A pretty decent head sculpt, I will not lie. As you can see, his jumpsuit's a little bit different. He has it where you can see the shirt underneath. There's the proton pack. And his accessory is a little bit of a map. Probably some area in Somerville. Definitely kind of excited to see how this fits into the movie. That'll be very exciting. And lastly is Lucky, which is a pretty good head sculpt. There's that. Her jumpsuit is a little bit different. I like how 3 of the new Ghostbusters each have a little something different with their jumpsuits. And one thing she has is a different type of stream. As you can see, it's purple and orange. Definitely different. And she also comes with the Ecto Trap on wheels. This is so cool. And I found the controller. There it is. Seriously, this thing is so cool. As you can see, it can move all around the place. And I'm so excited to see this in action in the new movie. So this concludes this little look at this new wave of Ghostbusters Afterlife action figures. I really enjoy them, and I cannot wait to watch the movie. And tell me your thoughts on them in the comments below, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye, everyone.